My name is Cindy, and if you've been here before, I'm so glad you came back. But if you're new, welcome to Z9 Designs. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, save, and comment. I would love to see you week after week. It really helps my channel to grow. So let's find out what's going on today. It is called Falling in Love with Crafting as I twine it up. DIY number 1, jute napkin holders. The supplies needed include hot glue, jute, strips of paper towel holders, 4 of them, small leaf, small twig, napkin, and a narrow tube that's 4.5 inches. And my tube was plastic. These are adorable for a fall tablescape and very easy to make. I took a narrow tube, 4.5 inches, and put one end of the jute in the tube and started wrapping it around and around at the other end of it, of course. And this was done 50 times. And you will have a pumpkin, a nice size for your tablescape. And after you have completed that task, you will cut the other side of the jute. Just make sure that you have enough to tie, or else you'll have to start over. Then you slide off the tube and tie it tight. Some people tie it loose, but I tied it tight, and I'll tell you why. Next, you will arrange the jute until it is in a circle. And then you insert your piece of twig or other object that you want put into the middle of the pumpkin. I like to tie mine tight because you can always insert a little small twig in the middle, unless you have something so big that you need to maybe open it up a little bit and hot glue it, but I didn't have to do that. And then once you get the little twig in the center, then you're going to hot glue a small leaf on the side of the twig. Then I found a paper towel holder. This is to make the round piece to thread the napkin through. This towel holder was a little bit smaller than your normal paper towel holder. And I just cut 4 pieces into 1-inch sections. Then I wrapped jute around the circumference, in and out, around and around, until I arrived at the end. Then I put hot glue in the center of the paper towel holder, and then I took the jute pumpkin and just adhered it there right in the middle. I placed it on the place setting, and now this is a style for almost free. So let me know your thoughts. I think it's really, really cute. So the host is Soul Kate, and the guest host is Glitzy Stitches Home DIY. These women are excellent crafters and so loving and kind. So please show them some love and check out their channels. The link to the host and the guest host is in the description box below. And so be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and save. Now, there are other collaborators that have fallen in love with crafting, so please give them a thumbs up, and the link to the playlist is listed below. Okay, we're on to DIY number 2 already, and this is a lighted jute pumpkin. The supplies needed include some jute, white glue, a balloon, some fairy lights, a stem and leaf, and a plastic cup. Now, this is an easy DIY also, and the supplies are minimal. I blew up a balloon and set it aside until I got my water glue mixture ready. I used about 1/4 of a 16-ounce bottle of white glue. And then I unraveled a partial roll of jute, and I just kind of put it in the mixture, kept pressing it down until I made sure that it was all soaked so that I could wrap it around the balloon, and then it would stay on the balloon. And I just wrapped it around and around and around, and I started at the bottom of the balloon and ended up at the top. Then I put it on top of a plastic cup to dry. Now, however, in the morning, I just flipped it over for it to dry on the bottom. And when it was completely dry, I popped the balloon, removed it, and I put the stem and the leaf on top. Then I thought it needed a little something. You know, crafters sometimes keep going, sometimes we overdo it, and sometimes we don't. But I had some fairy lights and I just put them around the jute pumpkin and turned them on. This looks so fall-like, and it would look good in the evenings too. So if I would do this again, I would choose a finer jute because I just think that it just looks better. Now, I made one before. This jute was a little heavy, so next time I'll use a finer jute size. Here is one that I made some time ago, and I still love it. I keep it out all year round. I have it in a bowl that I made. However, I love this one too. And in addition, you can make some smaller ones and just use them as a bowl filler. But if you do that, I suggest you make it with the smaller jute size. So let me know what you think about this one too. DIY number 3, jute and fabric acorns. The supplies needed include Easter eggs, 2 sizes, large and small, some jute, fabric in 3 different prints, hot glue, and a twig. I have seen these acorns on Pinterest, so I thought I would recreate them my way. I had 2 different sized Easter eggs in my stash, and I used 3 of them to execute these acorns. Now, these eggs had a top, you know, so you could put little candy or money inside. And it was hanging on by a piece of plastic. So I just hot glued the pieces together. Then I got a piece of fabric that I had in my stash and cut it to, you know, just to fit the size of the bottom of the egg. You can make it round, but you're going to have to make it probably a little bit bigger, because what I found, when you get to the middle, you can cut around it and it makes a nice base for the jute to go around. So I hot glued it to that part and just, you know, made sure that it was adhered together. And like I said before, there was extra fabric, so I just cut it off and started with the twine. And you just wrap the twine from the middle up to the top part. And then I took my glue gun, since it was hot, and I pierced an opening in the top. The little twigs that I found outside, I took them and inserted it into the hole that was at the top. All I had to do then was just style it. And so I had some raffia in a paper mache bowl that I made, and I displayed the acorns in that. And it gives it kind of a primitive or antique look. However, it would look good in the fall in any room. DIY number 4, different sizes of jute pumpkins. The supplies needed include hot glue, jute, cinnamon sticks, a small leaf, small twig, and a narrow tube, the same one I used to make the napkins, and they are 4.5 inch. Now, these can be used for a centerpiece, and they're very easy to make. I took that same narrow tube that was 4.5 inches and put one end of the jute in the tube and started wrapping it around and around, just like I did for the other one. The only difference for this one is that instead of wrapping it 50 times, I wrapped it 100 times for the larger one and about 75 for the smaller one. After you have completed that task, again, you will just cut the other side of the jute, make sure you have enough, or you may have to start over, or if it starts to unravel, definitely will have to start over. But when you slide it off the tube, this is when you tie it nice and tight. And next you will arrange the jute until it is in a circle. Just kind of spread out the jute. And it's good for this one to have your jute to be a little bit thicker, not real thin like I was telling you about for the balloon, but you will need it to be a little bit thicker so that it will fill in more. And then for this one, I just inserted a twig, or you can use other objects that you had. The other one that I had, I put in a cinnamon stick right in the middle of the pumpkin. And then I just hot glued the small leaf on the side of the cinnamon stick. And not only do you have a beautiful pumpkin, but you have a pumpkin that smells fantastic. Now, this is a sweet smelling style for almost free. So let me know your thoughts. And if you have liked what you've seen, please subscribe, like, save, and comment. And crafting is very satisfying, but it can be challenging, especially when you're trying to figure out, what am I going to make this week? Encouraging words are always appreciated. Also, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Facebook. And thanks for watching every week. I really appreciate all of your comments and my subscribers. So what's keeping you? Hit that subscribe button. And the winner of the leaf trinket tray is Suzette7044. So you need to DM me and let me know where to send the beautiful leaf trinket tray. And remember, before the reward, there must be labor. You plant before you harvest, and you sow in tears before you reap joy. This is by Ralph Ransom. So, I'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.